we want to go over some of the basics, and we want you to perfect these chords, because in the future, when you use these chords, we want you to work on them gradually, and then eventually you'll be able to play a whole song by yourself, and it helps you down the road. We want to go back to the E minor. It's the first chord we've learned. So when you play it, let every string ring out and listen to it. So when you close your eyes and you can hear it, you know it, every string's playing, and you know you're on the right chord. Then you go down to the A minor, which is one step down on strings, and you're playing 5 strings. So you just let it ring out and just listen to it. You don't have to go fast, you don't have to go slow. Then with the C chord, some people are doing the 1-finger C chord, which is at the 1st fret, 2nd string, 1st finger. So you want to play the 5 strings and play your C chord. But then eventually you want to move your 2nd finger up to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, get a better sound, and then eventually you stretch that 3rd finger up to the 3rd fret, 5th string, and now you got a 3-finger string C string, or C chord. So now the next chord we're learning is a G. Now the G is a 3-finger chord, and it's got a really robust sound to it. So you play it and you listen to it. And some people, you don't need your 3rd finger. You can still play the top 2 strings, and then you can eventually work that 3rd finger down. You can even put the 4th finger down and play the top 2 strings, or bottom 2 strings and the top 2 strings. So you're getting a full G sound. Okay, the last chord we're doing is the D chord.
Well, you can also do, your 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st string, and just play the bottom 3. That's a 1-finger G. 1-finger G.
It's a 1-finger G. You're still playing the notes because they're all in sequence. Yeah. You're just playing a minor sound to it. It doesn't have the robust sound of the bass chords or the bass notes of it. Yeah. So eventually you'll get to learn it with your stretching of the fingers. So we'll do a D string, or D chord. Also 2nd and 3rd fret, and you're playing the 4 strings, and you can do a 1-finger, which is 2nd fret, 3rd string, and you're playing 4 chords, and then you can eventually add all 3 fingers to it. So once you learn all the chords, you want to eventually be able to just go back and forth and just play each one at your own speed. So if you do E, A suspended, C, G, D. And it's a gradual process. You're not going to learn this overnight. Just take time and practice every day, just for a couple minutes. You can just play 1 chord. Make it a G day. Work on your strumming. And if you get a little bold, you can switch to a C. Then go back to a G. Then add a little D for flavor. Then end it on a G. All right, I'm going to let Dan take over, and we're just going to go over songs, because right now we're at our advanced stages. We're getting ready for graduation, so we want to be able to play a song without having to have pauses or without having to look back at chords.
Okay, but before we do that, why don't you go back and just explain to them how to read a tab again?
Okay, now like with the tablature,
how does it look like versus the fret of the guitar?
Now when we look at the tablature, you're looking at the top string as a capital E, and the bottom string E is usually a lowercase e. So if you're lucky and you see the tablature, you'll see a capital E for the bass E, and then you'll see a lowercase e for the high-pitched E. So when you look at it, it's whatever number's on there is the fret, and whatever string it's on is a string. So if it has like a 2, 2 on the second string, so you know you're playing this. So a lot of your songs will have an introduction. Maybe they might have little tablatures. I know Creedence Clearwater Revival has a lot of tablatures with their songs. So it could be something simple as that. So what you want to do is you want to practice it going very slowly. And we were learning Stairway to Heaven. So if you go to your tablatures that we gave you out on the 8th week, and then I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, yes. I got it up here. Here's the first hand. Oh.
So when you read tablature, you're looking at it, it's an upside down method. And for the life of me, I have no idea why they've done it. It's confusing, and even people that have been playing guitar for as long as me, I've been playing for 40 years, I still get confused and I read it upside down, and if it doesn't sound right, then I have to kind of retrain my brain. So with the tablature, you want to learn, you're doing notes. Oh, thank you. So you're learning notes, but you also want to learn slides. So if you're playing this on the 3rd fret on the 4th string, and it tells you to go to the 5th fret, and it has a line across it, then you would just slide it across. So this is Leonard Skinner. It's called A Simple Man, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play it by tablature. So it's 0, 2, 0, and this is bottom and this is top, or is it
Yeah. So if you look at it, the top here is going to be the high string, okay. Low string, high string, low string. So that's going. You're starting off on the
A string.
A string. But you got the. You can hear it.
So eventually,
right.
We'll learn
so you got it right. That's just the first, right? And that's how it starts. And you're just looking at the tabs with it. Just remember the top line is the high string. The bottom line is the low string. 0 means open chord or open note, open string. And if it's a 1 on it, that means it's fret 1. If it's a 3 on it, it's fret 3. So it'll put it right on the string. So if you're on the A string and it has a 1, then you know you're at fret 1. If it's a D string and it has a 3, then you know you're on the D string, fret 3. It's super easy. Once you get it, once you understand it, it makes it easy. You still have to spend some time studying because you're looking at it and then you got to look back at, unless you can feel your way around your strings really well. But you know, once you get it. But then I got to look again because I don't know. And then it's a 1 way back on the D, on the B. And at first it doesn't sound like much because you're trying to get it, but you have to also think about the way it's supposed to sound. If you look above it on the Simple Man, on the Leonard Skinner, it actually shows you that everything is 16th notes. So 16th notes are moving very quick. So once you get the notes and you feel good about where they're going, then you've got to play it up to speed. But you know, like if you're chording it on this one too, it's just a G, A minor, right? A7, right? So you just got the. Not too bad, right?
Sounds good. Now, when you notice that they have chords over the tablatures, when the person is playing the tabs, they're playing within the chord. So they're playing the notes of the C chord. They're playing the notes of the G chord. Mm-hmm. Because when you play a G chord, it's a mixture of notes which make up the G. So a lot of guys who can play this it's just a matter of holding your C and just say, okay, well I know this is an O. I know this is an open because it's an O. So I'll just hit that open and then just move my fingers accordingly. So
yeah, that's it.
So then that's how we start learning how to play songs. And tablature make things easier for people that really can't pick up music right away. It's a shortcut, and it can work out for you, but it can also be very tedious. If we were doing Leaving on a Jet Plane, we could add our own little tablature to it. So
Yeah.
if we're like,
Okay, so for what the picking that he was doing, if he did it on tabs, then all you have to do is write out 6 lines as if it's the realizing the top is the high and the bottom is the low, and then he just has to tell you what string and what finger. I mean, not even what finger, what string and what fret. That's it. All it's doing is telling you what finger and what fret.
yeah, it's really easy. It's a shortcut to playing guitar.
Yeah, and so it looks difficult when we introduced it, but if you just spend a little bit of time just thinking about it, it's really, really easy. Once you understand what string is what, and that the number is falling on the fret that you're going to be at on that string. So if it's a 0, you're just hitting the string by itself. If it's a 1, it's first fret. If it's 3, it's third fret. Third fret has a dot. 5 has a dot. 7 has a dot. Real easy. And then you just have to listen to it. If you don't have the actual notes written out too, you can listen to it, find out how the rhythm and the speed is. In the Leonard Skinner book, it has everything. It has the trills and all the stuff.
So when I was first learning, I would learn by tablature, but I also knew the chords. So any introduction to a song, I would learn the tablature first, and then I would learn the chords afterwards. Most Led Zeppelin songs do have some sort of tablature to it. Creedence Clearwater is really big on tablature as well.
Yeah. And if you go to the mall, to any bookstore that has a music section, you can find books of all the greatest hits from all the bands. You can do that too, and it'll have the music line. If you don't read, we have not really gone into reading theory, so you don't have to. It doesn't do. You don't have to worry about that. You know that if it has notes connected by a line, it's quicker than notes without a line. And if there's 2 lines on it, it's even faster. That's all you need to know. But you go right to the tablature, and it tells you what string and what fret. That's all you need. And then above the line, you have the chord symbols. And on Simple Man, it's just it's G, A minor, C. That's about it. They go into an A5 and an A7, but that's it. You have an A minor, a C, and a G. That's it. That's the whole song.
And you could also look at how the song is in speed. You'll eventually learn about the speed of a song. This one, Simple Man, is written in 60. So 60 is the time that it goes into.
Yeah.
And it can go up as high as 185.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about 60 as compared to 185, 60 is relatively slow. And it'll say moderately slow, brisk, faster, a little fast. So just look at that and say, okay, well, I need to play this a little faster. And then you can kind of learn on your way, and you can basically learn the song before you even hear the song. And then once you hear the song, you can kind of like perfect anything that you're missing. And we also talked about power chords. We touched on it a little bit. Power chords are, when we're doing the one finger chords with the C and the G, power chords are the same way, using the bass notes. If you use a G, this is a power chord. So a lot of electronic guitarists will use power chords because it gives you a heavier sound, and you add distortion or reverb or a repeater, you're going to get a better sound to it, and you don't realize that it's just one note that you're playing. I add what we call a fifth, which is for a G, I put it on the 3rd fret, 1st or 6th string, and then I go to the 2nd string, as the 5th fret, and then I play it. And a lot of Leonard Skinners, they use fifths. So if you like doing "Give Me 2 Steps," it would be like. So you can play a whole song using fifths.
Keeping the same shape.
Yeah, keeping the same shape. You just would keep it to the your fingers 1 and 3. You can play, this is an F, G, and then you go down your fretboard. Then you can go down to the 5th and 4th string. Then you start at a B flat, B, C, D, E. So if you see that a note needs an E, you could say, oh, well, I want to kind of play along with it. So I just, and then you just listen to it. Oh, it needs a D? Oh, I just move over to the 5th fret. And then you go to a C, B, B minor. So just remember where all the notes are on the fretboard, and the first note you're going to hear is going to be what key it is. So you hear that? It's a G. You hear that? It's an A. So with an A chord, which A suspended, first note you hear is going to be the open A. E, C, G, D. You can play basically any song using all 5 of those notes. You can even play around with it just. It's leaving on the jet plane. It's very easy. And sometimes it just takes time. You can even play jet plane using moving fifths. You can do. Very simple.
Very simple. I think that covers most everything. So when you're talking about the tabs, I think I'm going to put some tabs up.
Okay, good.
We'll see. We're trying to do better with the video, so even though I'm saying it now, when he talked about tabs in the past, you'll have something there.
Yeah, we don't want to go too fast to kind of like add a whole bunch of subjects, but we're just, a lot of this is a lot of review. So you can always rewind, or I don't know, what's the 2022 term to rewind?
I keep saying rewind like it's a tape. But
you can back up the video?
Back up the video, to slide it, take your mouse and slide it back.
And just hear us talk over and over again about the same thing.
All right, so yeah, we've covered all the basically all the theory aspects of it.
Yeah.
The chords, floating between the chords. Talking about tabs a little bit more. Unfortunately, I wish we could do the whole thing in tabs, because that would be a lot easier. You can learn songs a lot faster with tabs, even if you don't have them as complex as in the book here. A lot of times online they're going to be super simple. They'll give you the introduction of the song, and then basically everything after that, even though it's tabbed out, is just chords. So if you go online and find it, what I have found is I've got the introduction, and then I've got several lines tablature, but it's just basically spelling out the chords. And it's really easy because you don't have to figure out like, oh, give me a chord chart. How do I do this? How do I do the F or the B minor? You just put your fingers on the strings that it tells you on the right fret, and you've got it. It's super simple. Want to play through a couple songs?
Sure.
We got.
Now remember, this is not a race. We're not going to become Jimi Hendrix overnight. This is a slow walk in the woods. So think of it that way, because you're always going to take a different path. For the 40 years I've been playing guitar, I didn't come out here playing complex songs. I learned one finger notes for a long time.
And that's the key. The purpose of the course is so that you can pick up your guitar, sit on your porch, play your favorite songs when you feel stressed. So, it's okay. So you have days that you need to detox from that, and you can pick up your guitar, and it's easier. Like somebody once said, lower keys and slower tempos. So low and slow. I guess that the acronym right, low, slow is the way to go, they'd say. So ideally, find songs that if you like this guy, he likes playing faster songs, and that's okay. That helps him stay relaxed. And if you're like that, pick some faster songs. But if they stress you too, or you can't get your fingers moving quick enough because you've had arthritis or you've had surgeries like I have, then you might want to pick slower songs. And it's okay. And you can pick a faster song and do it slower.
Yeah, and I've done that before. It sounds good because some major artists have taken songs that were initially fast and then they slow it down to more of a lounge song.
Yeah,
and it makes it peaceful.
Yeah, even though we haven't gone into a lot of minor keys or anything, even taking something that's major, putting it in minor, makes it slower.
Oh yeah,
makes it feel slower. But just enjoy yourself. Use it therapeutically. Use it when you just feel you don't know how to feel, and you just sit down. You can play it. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Slow and low is the tempo.
Yep.
Slow and low.
Slow and low. Ready?
Yes.
Are you singing?
What are we playing?
I don't know. Leaving that jet planes up.
Okay. I can't see it, so...
you can't see it?
Yeah. I'll just have to kind of... wing it, as we say. I'll try to do it really slow. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go.
Well,
I'm headed right outside your door. I hate to leave, but now I gotta say goodbye.
Alright, so we're gonna make it bigger. Alright, ready? Can you see it better now?
Can I move closer?
You can, or you can just...
Oh, I can just play
it up there.
Play it from the... I'm gonna be looking down, so you'll be looking at my top of my head.
Right?
Okay, let's roll.
Now, that one doesn't have the E minors. Everything goes back to C,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'll pick up. I'll pick it up with the E minor.
Okay, ready? One,
Yeah.
two, ready, go.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting and he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Sometimes I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I'll tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I'll go, I
And
I don't know where
I was trying to fake it, but it wasn't working too well because I couldn't stroll back up to hit my chorus.
I think, oh, verse 2's on the back.
So you had to flip your page,
okay.
and I was all it said is a repeat chorus, and I didn't want to go back up here to do that.
Okay, so we see, and now because we weren't on that same page, literally and figuratively, we kind of improvised, and it didn't sound bad.
Yeah. So you sort of have an idea how the song goes. You know the pattern, right? We talked about that just a few days ago. That you can, if you know the pattern of the song, right? G, C, G, C, E minor, D. That's it. That's the song. You just play that over and over again. So we knew the chords that were coming. We just were improvising on the words a little bit.
Yeah, and once he started something, I could kind of help along, and because I couldn't switch the page, I didn't realize where it was, so I just kind of kept it.
Yeah.
And I kept the tempo.
Yeah, and that's all you do. You just have fun with it. Just play, or just even the simple, so kiss me and smile for me. If all you can do is just the one chord, it's okay. You can still sing with that. It's completely fine. Completely fine. You want to do anything else?
Do we have any other songs other than the Fire on the Mountain?
We got Fire on the Mountain. We got.
Oh, we can try the protest song.
The what?
Protest song. I call it the protest song, but I think it's there's something happening here.
Oh, there's something happening there. All right, so we're gonna play out.
What is where? Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, I got you.
So I do these backwards. I do it here and then here.
All right.
All right. So we do. There's something happening here. That's all tablature. Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to do the intro, or you just want to go right into it?
It's up to you.
Okay, we'll just go right into it.
All right.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I've got to beware. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody know what's going down. Take the next verse.
Well, we're gonna do a little intro thing between.
Yeah.
Or what? Let's go back to the chorus. Ready?
Okay. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance far behind. It's time to stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the week. 10,000 people in the streets, singing songs and carrying signs. Mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, and the man come take you and take you away. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Now, what I'm doing is I go too fast. And I have to mentally slow myself down because I want to sing, there's something happening here, but it is actually clear. There's a man with a gun over here telling me I got to beware. It's time to stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. That's in my head. because I go fast in my head. So what I have to do is I have to train myself to go slow and keep up with Dan, because you're playing with somebody, you want to keep the tempo. Slow and low is the tempo. So it's an E and A, E and A, and we can play this song just using our.
Yeah, you can just do it that too.
What we were doing was we were using the 3-fingered E chord, which all you do is you go to the 3rd string and you put your first finger on the 3rd string and you use your 2 fingers for the E minor, and then A is just a 3 chord, and it's time we stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody loves what's going down. So it's just 2 strums.
Yep, that's it. And again, when you're playing by yourself, you can go slow as you want to, or as fast. If you feel very comfortable going slow, then do that. If you feel like you're bored, then speed it up.
And it's always good to sing with the songs too, I think.
It's always good. Even if you don't feel like you can sing, it's always good. And if you got grandkids, they don't care how you sing, because they think you're awesome. If you're playing guitar and singing, you're already awesome.
Yeah, especially like if it's a younger kid, you can just add their name to it, and they think you're singing about them.
Yeah, if you can throw their name into a song somewhere, oh yeah, they love that. And they'll sing with you, and they'll ask you to do it every time. And the more you do it, the easier you're going to be able to chord, and everything's good. So that's practice 8. So we have two more. So we're gonna, if you're watching this, you might want to get out your book. I know I can't see it, but I know you can. And we're probably just going to look at the first few pages, starting on page 6. So look at, and the way the book goes is it teaches you notes, like melody notes, based off of the strings. So the first one is based off of the E string. If you turn the page, I think they add the B string. So you got so page 6 and 7 is just notes that fall on the E string, and you play some songs that way. And page 8 and 9 they add the B string, and then you do songs using both the E and the B. And that's probably where we're going to stop. But if you turn the page to page 10, you've got Ode to Joy, which is normally a Christmas song. So that's a song that used to be done years ago at Christmas time. And then you have the addition of the G string. And then you've got songs that we use all 3. Of course, we're not going to get this far, but if we can go through the notes on the E string and on the B string next week, and you get the general feel of how that works and how it looks between the lines and the spaces, you should easily be able to then continue, because you go through all the strings up through the D string, which is on 15. And then by the time you get to page 17, they're doing chords. Of course, these are chords that you know, like the G and the C, and you've got to where by this point you should be able to play the melody of the songs, or you could chord the songs yourself. And it shows you how that looks. So really, by the time page 6 to 15 is new. After page 15, everything is what we've already done. So it's really not that bad.
And if you notice the first 4 pages, they use tablature, but what they call it is notes. So tabs are just, when you read tablature, you're playing notes.
Playing notes.
And when you're looking at this, they're going to show you notes, which is actually tablature. So if it's E, F, G, B, C, D, B, C, D, B, C, D. Instead of going 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3, you're saying B, C, D, B, C, D.
Yep. So the only difference is between numbers and letters. That's it. So if you look at that, and hopefully we give you enough of it, just like with the tabs, we gave you just enough to where if you get your own tabs, you can start working that. The more you do it, the more familiar you'll become, and you'll find out within a few weeks that you're going to really like tabs. And with the book, once you start, now that you've been playing and you've tuned and you're doing songs, now when you take a step back to look at the theory of it, it's really not that hard. And they're not teaching you all this crazy theory. They're just giving you enough, like Mike said, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, you're saying letter notes of the notes that you're playing. And that's it. And then you'll be able to read tabs. You'll be able to read music enough to play guitar. And you'll be able to read lead sheets. That's everything. There's nothing else to do. Everybody plays on one of those 3 formats.
Yeah, it seems like it's very expounded, but it's a very limited. You're going from A to G. Nothing else. You're using what, a fifth of the alphabet. So
yeah.
Basically.
The whole music alphabet is only 7. There's only 7 possible notes. It just sounds crazy that there's all this stuff going on. Only 7.
And it's just your trick to find out what sounds good together.
Yep. And find something that works. If it works better for you just to learn chords and read the lead sheet that has the words and the letters, then just do that. But we're trying to introduce you to everything so that I know one guy in a group, once he learned tabs, he thought, wow, why didn't we just start with this? This was so easy. I don't remember if that was a group you were in or not.
No, I don't think it was.
Somebody had came back in one of the early groups, and we taught tabs later like we are now, and he came in the very next week, which means he spent the whole week doing tabs. And when he came back in that next week, he's there like, why? Why didn't you just start with tabs? He said, I could have finished on week 5 if you just started with tabs. So, you're really going to like it if you spend the time doing it. Yeah. Practice 8, we'll do again practice 9 next week.
All right.
Till then,
Bye con Dios.
Bye con Dios.